Okie dokie. And this is going to be my last recording before I go to bed. And let's get into it. The last session. Let's get into it. I like this with this, this upbeat synth.
I think that's enough of that for now.
Okay. All right.
You're quite fond of this show, aren't you? Okay, come on. Let's get you down to the observation room.
I'm in a wheelchair. I'm in a hospital.
This place must be starting to feel like home to you. Don't worry. Try and get you out of here eventually. Just in here.
Am I in for a physical injury or a mental?
Okay, are we through in the next room? Just relax and we'll get started in a moment.
It's interesting how at no point you actually have to see a moving person. It's just moving objects.
Mr. Asian, now are you ready?
Same surname.
Just hit record on the tape deck in front of you when you're ready.
Wasn't the button I pushed, but okay.
This is subject 12 1986 23.
1986, there it is again.
Entry. We have myself, Dr. Alexander, leading, and in a room we have our patient, Mr. James Asian.
Same dude. Dr. Alexander was the coach from last time.
Recently recovered from a 2-week coma following his accident.
Right.
In our last 3 sessions, James's attempts to recollect events of the accident seen him merging his memory with his imagination. These episodes have always ended in panic, and we've had to terminate the session abruptly. Let's try and do this one better, James. So when you're ready, let's bring this back. I know how difficult this must be, but you can do this. James, it's time to remember. Your mind, it's like a conscious black box. It can show you your memories. Look into it.
Oh, I'm back in the...
In your most recent episode, you recalled a false memory of a remote weather station. You were isolated from the rest of the world, locked inside your coma. We interacted with you daily, encouraging you to wake. Your family would do number puzzles with you. Anything really to bring you back. People needed answers, James. Do you remember?
I have another signal here for you, James. It's at 5610 FM. You can't miss it.
Oh, jeez.
Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F 12 19 86 23 04. Type in the numbers, James. You gotta see this. This is 20F 12, 19, 86, 23, 04. Type in the numbers, James. Gotta see this. This is 20F. 12, 19, 86, 23, 04. Type in the numbers, James. Gotta see this. This is 20F. 12, 19, 86, 23, 04. Type in the numbers, James.
Sorry,
Gotta see this.
you just shut up for a sec? Thanks, bro. Arrived on scene to discover two cars that had been involved in a rear head-on collision. Oh, near head-on. Mr. Asian found lying down outside his vehicle with head injuries. An ambulance was immediately called. His passenger was trapped in the vehicle in critical condition from wounds sustained in the collision. The driver of the blue sedan, Mr. Hennings, was found dead on arrival. It was noticed that there was a strong smell of whiskey from the driver and an empty whiskey bottle on the passenger seat. Mr. Asian was questioned on scene. He described an oncoming blue sedan being clearly out of control, which he swerved to avoid. Mr. Asian's passenger was his sister. The driver of the blue sedan, they say Sudan, like the country, is an ex-police officer of 20 years. Okay, so 20th fatal accident. Right, I see. All caps. Then empty whiskey. Oh. F space. There we go.
Find the signal, James. Listen to the voices. You have to face it, James. Finally.
It's not like it, at all. I've worked with Officer Hennings for 6 years, and not once have we even talked about alcohol. Drunk driving. He was a father, a husband. He was fine. No way he caused this. It's him, this Haitian guy. He's got something to hide.
Ooh. Some film grain, and this doesn't make sense to you. You step out into the hospital ward, only it seems abandoned. Your vision is blurry. All of your episodes were recorded to tape. This is the 4th. They're all locked. Oh, wow, this is cool.
He has quite an imagination, Mr. Asian. I guess it's from the shows he's been watching. This time he described an A&E visit as a government conspiracy, some sort of lab. It's interesting stuff, and it's obviously pure fiction. but I guess it's just his way of coping for now. We'll see how we progress in future sessions.
Sometimes they make you watch your past sessions to see what really happened. You tense up, someone else is here. Grab the keys from the table, way heavy in your hand. What? I'm going here. Wash your hands, but in this place it feels pointless. This would have been Henning's bed. It's cold to the touch. Hennings's. We spent most waking moments in here. The only video they have, some horror compilation. Trash. Cannot get out the TV, though I would like to. We only caught a glimpse of the room. I guess that's why there's no detail here. Nope. Alright. Just wanted to double check in case there's any other rooms I could have missed. The waiting room is dark, but you feel a presence right. Shh. Don't do that. I was promised no jump scares. That looked like a dude for a second. That right there looked like a dude just looking down. I was like, I don't want that. Someone breathes on your neck, standing over you. Shut up. Feel dread in the pit of your stomach.
Okay, we have a 22-year-old male just brought in from a vehicle collision. He was awake and mobile at the scene, but collapsed on arrival to the emergency ward. The other passengers died in the accident. I'm getting no pulse. Prepare for defib. Amp charge full to 10 and give me 100 joules. Come on, 100 joules. Charging up full to 10.
You want me to...
Come on. Can we get this on the screen, please?
Clear.
Let's save my own
No
life now.
reaction from first stage. Let's try higher. 200 joules. Keep the amp charged at 10. 200 joules. Keep the charge at 10. Let's go. Clear. Okay, we have a reaction of some sort here, a weak signal. Let's keep going. Increase again. 360, charge full. Come on, 360, hurry. Clear. Well, would you look at that? It seems we have a pulse. Rhythm is stable. We need to run an X-ray right away. Where are we with that X-ray? Let's get it going now, please.
Shit.
Where are we with that X-ray? Let's get it going now, please.
Ooh.
Can we get this on the screen, please?
Ah. Is that it? There we go.
Looks like an intracerebral hemorrhage. We need to drain this now to relieve pressure. Prepare for trepanation.
Oof.
Switch on the
Trepanation's
drill, please. The drill, please.
What more do you want from me?
Can we get this on the screen, please?
Oh, right.
Mr. Asian, you've made excellent progress. You're doing great. We need you to stay calm and try to relax while we go through these next steps. We're going to attempt to alleviate some of this discomfort.
You may not want to watch this. Nasty. Looks familiar. Not only is tonight New Year's Eve, but tomorrow you leave on a 6-month trip abroad with friends. Mum, Dad, and your sister Jennifer have decided to throw a party to celebrate it all. The house is full. You're in the living room and, as usual, you don't recognize a soul. The room is full of chatty strangers, mostly friends of Mum and Dad. There is a door to the hall. Open door. You push through the crowd into the hallway. The hallway is as welcoming as ever, only this time the folks have put a great big banner up across the main wall. Half-finished drinks are abandoned on almost every horizontal surface. Stairs lead up, although the party is firmly downstairs. Same as ever. Stairs, door to the living room, and door to the kitchen. They say all the best parties are in the kitchen. The kitchen is full of people and loud. There are drinks and food on the table, and the party is in full swing. Dad has cooked a hog roast, which sits proudly on the table, although no one is eating it. There is a utility room and writing on the wall. Also, Jen is here signaling. That's writing. Enter utility. Just as you're about to head inside the utility room, Jen places her hand on your shoulder. You hug, going to miss each other. You thank her for the party. She asks if you are enjoying the party. You tell her it's great, even though you don't really know anyone. She tells you to enjoy it anyway and to loosen up. She asks you to get her a drink. She speaks up over the din, asking you to get her a drink. You pour Jen a drink and one for yourself too. There's never an awkward silence with Jennifer. She always has a question. She asks if you have everything sorted for the big trip. You tell her no, that as usual everything is last minute. Another hug. Your family have really gone out of their way to make this trip happen for you. It might be what you need to get some perspective and maybe not fuck up so much. She's going to miss you. You are going to miss her. She walks away. Jen has disappeared into the crowd. You're left standing, nodding and smiling at the approving faces. There is so much to do for this move. You can't mess it up. First, a drink. You pour and down another drink, anything to move the night along. Oh. You open the door and peer in. You're never allowed in here normally. This is where Dad keeps his fine wines and whiskies, ceiling to floor racks. A collector, though he does actually drink them too. There is a bottle with a ribbon round it and a card. You pick up the whiskey and the card. It's your dad's handwriting. Son, we're so proud of you and everything you've achieved. You've earned this. It's a bottle of 25-year-old double malt. You shouldn't really, but you have to try it. With your whiskey in hand, you take in the room about you. There must be hundreds, no thousands of pounds worth of drink. You really must thank your dad for the whiskey. You take a swig. It's probably the best and strongest you've tasted ever. Just wow. Oh, same one. Okay. You head back into the kitchen, clutching your new best friend. You stumble out of the utility room and back into the kitchen. That is one strong whiskey. You take another swig and give the thumbs up to Dad across the room. He nods and winks. Tells you he is proud of you and to go easy tonight. Early flight tomorrow. Oh. Okay, fine. I'll leave the kitchen then. You go back out to the hallway. A few bumps and laughs on the way through and you make it to the hall. You stop dead in your tracks. It's Jen, covered in blood. She's staring straight at you. No one else notices. Blood is dripping down her face. It's mixing with tears. Sorry, I don't understand. Oh. Oh, that's just fucking weird.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We tried our best, Mrs. Asian, but her injuries were too severe.
No, I don't understand. I was just talking to her.
I'm afraid Jennifer passed away before we could get to her in surgery. We did the best we could. I'm so sorry.
Where is she? Let me see her.
Please, Mrs. Asian, take a seat.
I don't want to take a seat. Let me talk to her. Now.
I'll arrange for you to see her. In the meantime, James is in recovery. He's stable for now.
I don't want to see him.
You were standing in the hallway. Something had stopped you in your tracks. While searching your mind, your sister interrupts. She waves her hand in front of you and asks if you can drive her home. You still feel out of sorts. Those words echo. I'd love to call it a night, but Jen is waiting patiently. Maybe your keys are in the kitchen. This kitchen is busy. Way too many people crammed in here, but I guess this is where the food and drink are at. Guests are like a set of vultures picking at the roast on the kitchen counter. Your dad is locking up the utility room. Dad tells you to take your sister home, but go slow since you've had a few drinks already. Take keys. I don't know what you are trying to use. It's difficult to move around here between all the people and the kitchen table. The table is a mess. Party food, mixed, unclaimed drinks, used napkins. No keys, though. You are standing back in the hallway, a bottle of whiskey in hand but no car key. Jen points to the living room and sighs as she puts on her coat. Sure, your keys are in the living room. The living room has a much more relaxed atmosphere compared to the kitchen. Various guests are sat on the chairs having civilized conversation. There's a coffee table in the middle of the room. Your mum is pouring a drink at the drinks cabinet. Tears immediately start to appear in her eyes. My son, off to America. She gives you a hug. Now, let me hug my mother, you fucking monster. Drinks on coasters like proper civilized people. You can't see your keys. Coffee table, a drinks cabinet. One of the chairs is overflowing with jackets and coats. Friends in conversation, jackets and coats everywhere. You need to look for them. They must be either in the kitchen or the living room. Keys. Your mum's collections of wines and spirits. Definitely no keys in here. You search through all the jackets and coats until you find yours. Aha! Car keys in the pocket. You grab both. Keys in hand, you head back into the hall. Jen thanks you for helping her out. She has work in the morning and no one else is in any fit state to drive. You can handle it though. You know the road like the back of your hand, don't you? You open the front door and walk out into the freezing night. The cold air hits you. You're glad you have your jacket with you. There is a dusting of snow around you as you step down from the porch. The yard extends around the back of the house and the car sits at the front of the house. She sighs and comically taps her feet. Apart from the little light escaping from the party indoors, the yard is pitch black. I used to love stargazing here. You stumble around in the darkness, looking for the perfect spot to take in the majesty of the night sky. The trusty old generator is here working away. The sky is majestic. While that would be a hilarious prank, you think better of plunging the house into darkness. You gaze up at the night sky. For some reason, you don't recognize any of the star patterns tonight. Jennifer looks relieved as you head back round to the front of the house. I'm not reading it again. Enter car. You fumble with the car handle, confused, until Jen tells you to maybe use the key in your hand. Fumbling with the car keys, you eventually get the door open and climb inside. The car is freezing. As you fumble around with your seatbelt, your sister opens up the car glove box, hands you a note and a key that was inside. She tells you that it's for when you return. The note is from your dad and reads, "Hi son, hope you enjoy your break. You'll need to fire up the generator around back to get power and lights on. Also, found something in the attic for you. It's in your room. Enjoy." You try to turn the ignition with sheer willpower, despite holding keys in your hand. Use keys. It takes a number of attempts, but you eventually slot the key into the ignition. You turn the key in the ignition and the car roars to life. The car squeals but stays stationary. Jen suggests releasing the brake, giving you a wide-eyed stare. You very hesitantly release the handbrake. You put the car in gear and pull out the driveway like a first-time driver. You really shouldn't be driving. I am driving very drunk on the road towards the town where your sister stays. Jen started dozing off as soon as the journey got going. This shouldn't take long. You come to a junction. Is it left or right? You can't remember. You don't want to, but you had better ask Jen for directions. She grunts and throws her arm to the left. It's left. Of course it's left. You turn the car left at the junction and accelerate off. Confident that you're on the right road now, you loosen up and put your foot down on the accelerator. You feel powerful as the engine roars at your command. Jen sits up in her chair and clutches your arm. She asks you to slow down.
You're all over the place, James. Pull over.
Jen is hitting your arm and yelling at you, crazy sister. Strange. There's a set of headlights coming directly at you. But really slow. Like slow motion. You try to react, but your body isn't responding. There's nothing you can do to stop this. There's no way
James,
to control it.
Over.
The lights merge with your car. The outside joins the inside.
James!
The whole world around you begins to scream.
It was at this very moment, wasn't it, James? The moment you lost it all. Your sister, your parents, yourself. And then you made it worse. Go on. Show us what you did.
You wake up in the car. Your world is upside down. Your seatbelt struggles against gravity, trying to hold you in your seat. Impacts into another car, torn a hole in the chassis. Poisonous fumes spill into your car from the engines. You are in grave danger. You need to get out of here. You can't move. Your seatbelt is still in place. Release yourself from the seat. Gravity takes over as you slump onto the roof of the car. You've already taken off your seatbelt. It saved your life. The car is broken beyond repair. The windows are smashed and there's wreckage all around. You are both wearing your seatbelts. Look at Jen. He's alive, but she's been hurt bad. He's trapped in the wreckage. Jen? Can't do anything for her right now. You need to help yourself now. Squeeze through the wreckage and fall to your knees on the ground next to your vehicle. Every breath brings pain to your chest. Your head is throbbing. A blue car has smashed into the passenger side of your car. Your life cannot be ruined by this. You're standing holding your whiskey and your dad's note, and flashing lights are approaching at a distance. With the lights approaching closer, you begin to hear the shrill of their sirens. You simply cannot go to jail for this. You clean the bottle to remove your connection with the whiskey, then deliberately spill the remainder of the bottle's contents onto the driver. You toss the incriminating evidence onto his passenger seat. A circle of flashing lights surround you, illuminating the crash site in the darkness. Behind them, an army of people, all staring. One figure steps out, a silhouette, and walks towards you. The red and blue flashing lights are causing the pain in your head to be all the more severe. You try to talk, but you're not making any sense. Sorry, you're not making any sense. Wait. There we go. As you approach the man, the pulsating lights around you get dimmer and dimmer while the pain in your head increases.
I know
He falls to the ground at his
you're
feet.
tearing yourself apart over it, but no matter what you keep telling yourself, you have to listen to me. That accident, that poor man, me. You have to remember, it was all your fault. I know what you did. How you left me there to protect yourself. Planting evidence on some poor man. You went headfirst into that officer and you wrecked all of our lives. And then you couldn't even take responsibility. You did the right thing for you and no one else. Save yourself. Only it was wrong, wasn't it? Look at you now. Utterly consumed by it. Say it, James. Say it. Tell them.
Oh.
Listen to yourself.
It has to end, James. Do you not understand? This episode you're having must come to an end. Make it stop, make it stop. You remember? Stop the session, Mr. Asian. Well, I think we've made progress today, Mr. Asian. I guess we should tell the police what you've told us. Although I don't suspect they'll take you anywhere. I think you'll be with us for quite some time. Come on, let's get you back to your shows. I'll see you tomorrow.
that was pretty good. I do like that. All in all, for $3, that's damn good value. That first one, that really gave me the willies. Ugh. Third one was interesting. Like there was definitely I'm tempted to load up 3 again and look through the booklets, see if there's any other interesting little bits. I might actually look up if it's randomly generated, or if it's the same set every time, which would mean that there's other codes we haven't seen that might actually mean different things. Number 2 was probably nothing to number 2. I can't do the. I'll look at the achievements. There might be some like intentionally fail this stuff. That was quite good. Huh. Was that always there? Was that tape always on the table? There you go. That was Stories Untold. I had a pretty good time all up. And I hope you did too. I might be playing through some more horror games over the next couple of days because 'tis the season. But yeah. Until then, peace out. Peace out. No, don't. I really should have said peace out. I'll see you next time. Let's go with that. All right.